one, and using this to come into that crash. So as he punches, I'm coming offline into this. Now from here, I want to lift this up, and I'm going to take that deep step, boom, as I crash into that. What I like about this too, it doesn't look hyper aggressive. So if someone's throwing a punch at me, and there's a lot of cameras or anything of that nature where optics are important, I'm not just knocking these guys' teeth out. I'm using this to bump him away. It looks a little bit less aggressive, but it's not to say that could not fracture and break ribs, because it certainly could. 1, 2, as I come into a crash. I'm excited about this one. So I'm gonna give you guys a movement I really like. It's very esoteric, it's very kung fu-y, but there is a lot of practical application. The shoulder crash. I'm a big fan of this motion because not only is it a great kind of just technique to have, but if you have this as a fundamental body mechanic, putting things, it becomes a better back elbow, a hammer fist, a lot of different things. But if we could upgrade this movement, you can see all the things that it becomes. So a shoulder crash is not just me bumping into somebody or hitting like this. It's essentially me taking people's center. In a previous video, we had a rocking step on how to create this kind of moving of crashing into some. So now we're gonna add a shoulder component to this. So when I step, and I'm gonna kind of position myself here, I wanna step as much in the middle of Pete's feet as possible. I step with my heel. I don't want to transfer my weight first, and I'm doing this really slow so you guys can see, and then I'm going to shift my weight onto the ball of my foot and crash into. I like to imagine if it was 2009 and I'm wearing shape-ups so I can get a nice big old butt. When I step, I'm going to rock and crash into that. So now I'm going to show you something that looks very kind of esoteric, but it has a lot of application of how I can use this into a crash. So I like to think of a down windmill into a crash. So I'm looking at how I could generate power. When I step and crash, I should be completely bladed. So on how I can crash into that. 1, 2, and crash. 1, 2, and crash. I'm utilizing this huge motion, one, because it looks very pretty and flowery, but I'm going to show you what this actually is.
You guys enjoying this Kung Fu San Soo lesson? Jarrad, what should they do if they're enjoying this Kung Fu San Soo lesson?
They should subscribe to our YouTube channel and join FightElevator.com.
That's right, FightElevator.com. If you like this Kung Fu San Soo lesson, imagine getting 10 of these every month. Hope to see you guys there.
We also have knife lessons.
This is going to help me blade my shoulders up so I can hit. 1, 2, as I come into a crash. After I get that hit, to generate more power, I'm gonna let that back foot slide with me. So this should be a shocking type of motion of how me coming into that. 1, 2, and crash. For an added energy, I want this kind of wave effect happening. So I can start generating power into that. So how can I use that to come into that shot? So I could be practicing this with my left or my right. And if you didn't have a partner, a heavy bag works great, like a really long bag, like a Muay Thai bag, can work really good off that motion. This is a great body mechanic to lead to things such as hammer fists, as to back elbows. All you're doing is fortifying the structure. Once this is good, all these things become better. So taking that big step and pushing through. The pushing through is going to be the key point of this. If my foot doesn't move, I don't really move them. Watch how my foot drags. I want to push off that back foot. That's where it is. So I want to essentially be on a sliding motion of coming into that. So what are some ways we can do this? Well, we're gonna look at a catching block. So say right now, Pete's gonna throw me a right cross right to my face. Boom, just like that. I'm going to use a catching block to move off into my cat stance. So as he punches, I'm coming offline into this. Now from here, I want to lift this up, and I'm going to take that deep step, boom, as I crash into that. So what I would like to do, but I'm not for training's sake, is when he throws that punch and I catch out, is pull him into this collision. So that's a lot of force that I don't want to put on Pete's ribs. So I'm going to go to him on this. One, and using this to come into that crash. One more time. Of how I can use that to come in. What I like about this too, it doesn't look hyper aggressive. So if someone's throwing a punch at me and there's a lot of cameras or anything of that nature where optics are important, I'm not just knocking these guys' teeth out. I'm using this to bump him away. It looks a little bit less aggressive, but it's not to say that could not fracture and break ribs, because it certainly could. So one more time. Of how I can use that to drive. Come out, move, and then into that hit. So we looked at that from essentially a straight punch coming to the outside. Now we're going to go inside from, let's say, more of a round or haymaker punch. So he's going to throw me a big old haymaker, boom, right into that. I'm going to utilize a cross block, so I'm not going to hit this so much horizontal as I am going to hit more at a 45-degree angle. So I'm not hitting this down, and I'm not hitting this straight out. I'm crashing into this at a 45. And so for the sake of my training partner, he's gonna throw this thumb up, so I'm not hitting him on the radial, because that friggin' sucks. I'm gonna try to hit his muscle grouping. So when he comes in, I wanna hit to the point where I'm pivoting. My weight should be here. This is gonna allow me to be light on my foot, so now when I step, I can move into that. So let's do that again. So hammer, crash. Of how I can use that to move in. One more time, boom, boom, of how I could use that. So that cross block really sets up that motion if you shift your weight right. I'm pivoting and I'm putting my weight on my rear side. My foot comes, steps, and then I rock through into that motion. So I'm not gonna do it that hard, but we could do it nice and slow. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. And I like to keep this opposite hand up just in case something else rogue comes this way. It's better than nothing. 1, 2. And if my timing's right, especially if I get a good hammer fist on, it's gonna kill a lot of his momentum. So when I come in, boom, boom, I'm kind of ushering the guy off. So we have two options. Off a straight, coming to the outside, lifting the arm and crashing, or coming from the inside and using that. So practice those. Those will play dividends later in what we're going to establish with a lot of these techniques in later modules.